first section of this discussion will be taking you around of how to use Nvivo and what to use Nvivo for, and demonstrate to you key points and key terminologies in Nvivo, and what to do by the time you want to use Nvivo. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that I am going to demonstrate Nvivo manual to you. And the Nvivo I want to demonstrate to you today is Nvivo 10. I strongly believe that if you are able to master any Nvivo, specifically from Nvivo 7, you can use other Nvivo. The differences are not much. It's just like if you use touch phone before, okay, then you use smartphone after that. So just matter of the studying the terminology, get the point. So after I finish that one, I will bring to you one of my students that I trained in last semester for this class to come and demonstrate practically how to use the Nvivo. I did this one for you to indicate that if you explore it, it is not difficult for you to do, and it's for your own sake, it is for your own benefit. It was a last semester. I just demonstrate to my student the manual of how to use Nvivo. I develop it myself in order for students, once I give them this manual, they'll be able to run Nvivo successfully. So one example is the Madam Charlie that is going to join our class today. You get the point? But it's going to join around 1 o'clock. So I asked her, can you come and demonstrate what you did in my class? One of the example for you, that if you are serious, you can master the skill as she mastered it. You get the point? She was with me last semester, if I'm not mistaken, or semester before. You get the point? So, however, let me start demonstrating to you the manual. Take notes. You may take the picture and others. So, though I record this video, I hope it's going to be very, very clear, and we will not have network problems during the presentation. Because I remember last week when I record one of my presentation, the video is not, the network is not stable. So therefore the video is keeping the point. So that is why you need to rely on yourself. So by taking pictures and taking note of step by step, and you find it very easy, inshallah. So let me show you my manual. Okay. For those who can come to UPSI, the madam, please ask Madam Shali when she came, okay? ask her how to get Nvivo 10. You get the point? So she will tell you how to get it. However, for anybody who have chance to come to university, that is one of the reasons why I chose Nvivo 10. If you have chance of coming to university, try to go to IPS. In IPS, they have Nvivo 10 be installed on the computer there for any student who want to use it. If you go to IPS, you can get it, as well as you can download it from website. Okay. Now, Nvivo 10. Already explained why I choose Nvivo 10, why not 12, why not 14, and others. So if you come to UPSI, you can see it in UPSI. And the Nvivo 10 can do what you want to do in this classroom and perform better than that. Qualitative research normally generated many data for you, many data and many information. As well as we know that there's observation in the research, there is participant observation in the research, there is interview in the research. This is one of the way to get data. Sometimes we may do research for certain group of people. I remember in 2016, I conducted a research where we gathered together those specialists in psychology and in psychology and in what we call it in childhood education. Please give me some minutes. I have a message from my student. I don't know why from another group. Let me stop this one for a while. Can you see the PowerPoint, right?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. So we can do. So I remember, as I was telling you, in 2016-15, I have a grant in collaboration with Dr. Kanama for NCDRC. So then we conduct a research for some certain group of people who are psychologists and childhood specialists. Why? Because we need to get the best way of how to nurture the children with moral, starting from young age until the old. So we have to gather them together. So, and also one of the data that you can use Nvivo for is a transcript. So means if you finish your research, you transcribe your data, you can use Nvivo to analyze it. Feed note also you can use Nvivo to do that. Article, if you download the article, maybe you need one sentence or you need one paragraph, you need some certain terminology. So you can use Nvivo. Also, the video that you record, you can use Nvivo to transcribe it for you. You get the point? Or maybe you want to show some image, you can use Nvivo for that. Not only that, you can use Nvivo for photograph. Let's say you have some pictures, some images. You can use Nvivo to pick some point from it. Also, social media. So we know that we have a lot of information today, um, so you can utilize them. Generally, NVivo is non-numeric. What they mean by that is not that you cannot use numbers for it. No, you can use numbers in NVivo as well. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not as much as we use in SPSS. Let's say we use principal component analysis, or we use multiple regression analysis, or structural equation modeling, or Rash model, and other statistical tool. Is the NVivo is not about the numbers as we used to see in quantitative data. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, you can use interview, video. So what this image is trying to tell you is that you have all this. You see, the table is quite a mess. The table is quite, you have lot of data here. Can you see the PowerPoint?
No, doctor.
No, doctor.
Can you see it now?
No.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So simply what this picture or this image is trying to tell you is that you have a lot of things to do, or you can do many things with NVivo, or by the time you have a lot of information from the book library and you don't know how to deal with it. So NVivo can help you to organize your data. That is what it's trying to tell you with these pictures. Okay. Now, basically, NVivo will help you to manage and analyze your data in a way that that you can transcribe it, you can and transferable. Get the point? So you can transfer your audio from verbal to written. You get the point? So also the NVivo can classify the information for you, as well as it can arrange some information for you. So that is the purpose of the using NVivo. So in NVivo, you have some terminology you need to familiarize yourself with. Because by the time you familiarize yourself with the terminology, then you will know the function. What are the function? So one of the important terminology in NVivo is gather. So the existing research, current information, data source. Also, you have to familiarize yourself with organize. In that organized, you have data source, you have coding, you have structure, even if you have demographic information. Not only that, you can put your literature review, you can put it there. Okay. If you go to analysis, you can see coding. Okay, under coding, queries, memos, visual. You can see all these functions there. If you go to under result, you can see the report, journal, article, presentation, PowerPoint, and so all these things can be there. So, however, these are terminology that you need to familiarize yourself with. Okay, also there's something we call sources, which is you see under it internal data sources, literature review, external, memo, and so on. Classification, you can see sources there, nodes, structure, unit of analysis, team, emergent data. You get the point? Emergent data in the sense that, let's say you do an interview or you are doing your analysis, and then you have emergent information, that information that you didn't plan for. And information is just something like coincident. So of course, it is not part of your analysis initially. It means by the time you plan for your data analysis, you did not plan for that. Okay, just a sudden information for you. Such this information, you can keep them and analyze it in Nvivo. You get the point. So you can do many things with Nvivo. So after that, we can go to another terminology, coding. You can see review of your coding. You get the point? Because sometimes by the time you do your code, then you can review it, you can refine it, you can merge it together. So this is the thing, visual, you get all this information, class. Then queries, text search, word frequency, I get a point, matrix, coding, comparison, memo, keywords, key ideas. All this terminology that I show you about these 6 slides are the terminology you come across by the time you go to Nvivo. So this is preliminary or I can say basic code in Nvivo. Of course, then you have additional function in Nvivo 11, Nvivo 12, and so on. But if you can manage to know this one, for you to master any other Nvivo will not be a problem for you. Even self, other qualitative data functions. You get the point? Okay. Now, the question is that how to work with Nvivo? How do you want to work with it? You want to import the data. Sometimes your data may be in Excel file, it may be in text database. It might be like what we did in the classroom, open-ended interview question. I remember very well in our classroom, we practice, we try to standardize everything, like 4 major questions and 16 sub-interview questions, which is 20 questions. You got a point. I think my students understand what I'm trying to say here. So sometime in between the group analysis coding, so sometimes you can do cluster analysis and coding qualitative data together. But here now, practically, how to do that one. Okay, how to create new folder. Okay, you have to click new. After you click new, you name the document, click on document and go to click on extra data. So go down to import your documents. So this is what it's trying to tell you. So that means if you are using your Nvivo on the computer for the first time, the system will ask you to create your user profile to identify any work you have done. So it's just like you use SPSS. So you are going to open your file in the SPSS. You get a point? So by the time you open your Nvivo, it's going to ask you, you're going to show a picture like this. So what you have to do is create, then you go to this one, create new project. Here, then you click new project. You can see new project here. Click on it. By the time you click on it, it's going to take you to another function. It's going to take you to another function. So it's like you want to create your folder. Ask you to put the title and description you want to put in this file. For example, so if you open it, you can say KPP 3015 data. So by the time you say KPP 3015 data, after that, then you go to another section. So put everything there. So then you search for because you have done your transcription. You get the point? Your transcription is on your computer. So now you want to import your data from your computer. Of course, let's say it's KFP 60404, qualitative data, semester 1. You save it. Semester 1, 21, 22. You save it on your system. Now you want to use Nvivo. Get a point? Of course, you have to on Nvivo first. Click on it. Click on icon of Nvivo that you have installed on your computer. Of course, you have to install it first. After the installation, click on it. Get a point? So straight away, it's going to take you to this section. So then you continue like that. New project. After you click new project, it's going to tell you to search for which file you are looking for. So let's say you have KPP 3015. Browse it, search for it. So after you search for it, definitely it's going to take you to the click right. Use action to project controller and click on and click OK. Then the project is going to be created. You get the point? After you already put the title Nvivo something, let's KPS 3014, description, you put it here. Let's say Dr. Muhammad Yusuf's class. You get the point? Nvivo time. You get a point? Or maybe Tanju Malim data, something like that. Then click OK. Once you click OK, your data is being saved. So next, to show you main menu and key terminology that you need to know in order to be able to use Nvivo. In Nvivo, the image below is the main menu, the tools and action that you can perform. So After you save all this information there, then you can see all this terminology, query, they have shown you before at the beginning. Get the point? At the beginning of the presentation today, I've shown you this. So you are going to show it like this. You are going to see it like this. You get the point? So the source show you the main menu that will open the folder and folders of source. It will show on the detailed view. So this is what we are going to see here. Get the point? So not only this, let me show you this. Click add the title. Then you can add the information that you want to add there. Not only that, when you click source, let's say you click on source, we have specific project for the interview. In the source here, you have some information here. By the time you save your information, then you can have it here. Remember, by the time you open the information and you name it, you put title there, you put save, then you can find it here for your usage. Not only that, it will show you the folder when you click source. So it's going to show you the folder in the details. So please remove this I at the beginning here. This one, data. So it's going to show you all the information you have in source. Once it shows you, so if you double click on Baribara, of course it shows you many folder right now. It's like you are using your computer. Okay, you have many folder here that you already saved. Okay, Dr. Muhammad, let's say Dr. Supaya, Professor Talib, and so on. You already have. Then which file you want to work on? You have many. Of course, once you open your file now, you can see many information that you already saved about 3, 4, 5 information. So all what you need to do is what? Double click, for example, on one of the file. By the double click on one of the file like this, let's say Baribara here. So what you are going to see is what? You will be able to see the content of folder in the list view. Once we click Baribara, okay, let's say semester 1, for example, 2021, 2022. Once you click on that folder, you already saved in the Nvivo. You have to import it first. Once you click on it, everything inside the folder is going to appear. It's going to show. Get the point? And this one, I believe that everybody can do it because we have our computer. Sometimes we are looking for one program. So it's like this, the same process. Okay. Source are the materials that you would like to analyze, and include documents, PDFs, audio, video, pictures that you kept inside. That what I'm trying to tell you is that you can keep in the source all your video that you save. Video we go to source for you can find it there. So that is why I ask you to take the picture. If you take the picture, you can see it clearly. You get the point? Remember we clicked Baribara before. So then this one is under source here, you can see. First of all, we click internal. So from there we click Baribara, and the Baribara, the folder inside, these are the information inside. Like I give an example, semester 1, maybe interview number 1, interview number 2, interview number 3, interview number 4. So as you save it inside, it's going to be imported into your system. So this one is showing you how to work on it. Okay, another one is node here. We already finished source here. Okay, here is container that coding. By the time you do coding, okay, so you can find the coding you do, you can find it inside. You get a point. If you click on it, so the coding you do, you can find. That's why I say resolve from the process of coding. So import source of creating the document and memo. Once you click on it, let me bold this one for you. If you want to create a new subfolder, simply select internal folder, right click and select new folder. Remember Barbara, you already click Barbara, then you can create another sub video. Let's say your interview is IPO. Under IPO, what you need to do, you want to create another folder. Just right click like this. You get the point? And select new folder. Maybe IPO or Perak. You have Tanjung Malim, you have IPO and other places. Maybe you get some interview in Tanjung Malim, then another interview in IPO. Or let's say instead like Barbara, you say KL, let's say KL interview. You have some in Gombak. You have done some information in Cheras. You create folder for Cheras. Also, you create folder for Gombak. You have folder for IIUM. You have folder for UM. You get point? I'm not so sure. Maybe PJ is under KL. Okay, you put PJ there. You get the point? Let's say child kids. You have one data for one folder for child kit, as well as you have another one for Sogo. You get the point? So different data. Okay, let's say you do your data for one primary school. Let's say primary one, primary let's say Methodist school, Tanjung Malim. So under Methodist school, you want to create another information. Then you say primary one, primary 2, primary 3, primary 4, primary 5. Or let's say primary 1, Methodist school, new folder inside primary school, secondary school, let's say you say STPM, for example. Get a point? So this is how you can deal with this. Under the source, generally, you can keep your code, the coding that you created will be inside. Create folder and click. See, it's going to show you like this. Create folder. Get a point? So then give name. You have to name it, of course. Can you see this PowerPoint?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. So like this one, then click OK. Name it. Primary 1, description. Methodist school, Tanjung Malim. The next thing for you to do is to click OK. After you click OK, then select interview, and click on external data, then select document or select PDF you want to save. With PDF, click on browser or on browse and locate where you save your file. It's the same process that we follow. Then browse it. Then after that, you click OK. So external response, external, what external did for you, okay, represents source material that you cannot import into your project. Click on create and then click on external, and external will look like a plain document. What I'm trying to tell you here is that, let's say you have some information from you have some information from YouTube or from Google Scholar. It's not directly from your interview. Okay, this one will help you to save that information, and if you save it, you can save it under external. Get the point? Or maybe newspaper. It might be newspaper as well. No problem for that. So under the memo, it contains observation, insight, and other things. So maybe you have some notification. You get the point? So under the node, you can have represent the team, people, places. Get the point? Can be all this one. You can save this one inside, or this is container for you to save such information inside. So the node, right click and click on node, create new folder. You get the point? So once you click that one, you create it. Then how to create new folder is click on node, right click and click on new node, then name the new node and click OK. So that means by the time you click this one, put the names there. Get the point? Name it as we did before. Name it and you click OK. So highlight the project. Highlight the places, information you would like to code. That means here you want to do your coding. By the time you open the file, right click and select code section. You get the point? Code section at new node. You get the point? So by the time you click that, so you highlight new code you want to code. Click on coding. This is the code. Let's say you want to code like remember when I tell you about the research on grandparent education. I have moral, I have monitoring, I have skill development. You get the point? Then I have internationalization. So I have everything. Now, by the time you open your file, you want to code it, just highlight it. Go to code. It's here for you. You get the point? Click code, this one. Click on it. You can see code. You already write it there. Code is there. Then once your file is open, just highlight it. So let's say after you click it, then it's going to do this one for you. You get the point? So then you go to the next step. Then highlight it, put it, let's say you want to put what's name, monitoring. Put it there. Or let's say you want to put moral education, put it there. Because the code is not going to be generated to you automatically. Just like if you go to SPSS, you have to label your data by the time you use SPSS. This one also, you need to label your data. You get the point? Like demographic information, gender is code. You have to put it there. Gender 1. And so gender, male 1, female 2. Agree, disagree, neutral. So you have to put agree 1, disagree 2, neutral 3. So by the time you get your data, just put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. You are doing coding, it's the same things, the same process, nothing different. In the same process, you have to code your data. You have to code the information. Also, if you go to like quantitative class, you have to code the data as well. There's no alternative for that. It is you are going to code it by yourself. So the only thing that we don't call it coding in qualitative. We don't call it coding. Okay? It is variable. You call it variable in quantitative. So you have to create your variable in quantitative. So the same thing applies to you in qualitative research. You have to do that one. Okay? So another thing is that classification. In classification, descriptive information about the source, node, and relationship in your project. Get the point? So let's say you want to click your demographic information. One is for you to click on node, classification. You have to, we already showed there. Then you go to classification. Click node. Then click classification. Attribute value. Get the point? Then number 3 is name the attribute. Click OK. So let's say you want to say that a well-experienced parent, okay? Or let's say the parent from Tanjo Malim. Just put it there. Then you click OK. So this is the picture of that description. The classification here. Classification store information about your participant or source. Means something like demographic information. Tanjung Mali, Kuala Lumpur. This one is going to tell you that. So how to create case node. Highlight the node and right click. Click create and choose create as case node. Then you can see here. Already take the picture for you here. Just follow it step by step. So if we are using more emergent type of technology, methodology, for example, grounded theory, then I've told you before, let's say you do interview, then you get more information, emergent information, something is not planned for in your research. So highlight the word, okay, left click and drag to node, create so, the number of source has changed. So go to number 3, view tab, you get the point? Click coding script and it will show the node for you. This is another one, category of classification. So certain descriptive information about the source in your project. For example, biological information. What I mean by personal information, some little information about the journal, for example, what you call it? Let's say you want to give some description, bibliography, what you call it? Information. You want specific information for that journal. You get the point? That the journal that you imported to your project. You get the point? Let's say the Journal of Education, UPSI. So you want to give some specific information to that. Okay, this journal is published by UPSI, or I saw this journal in what call it in Google, for example, or in websites, something like that. Or you want to give any specific information, just go there. This is template. You get the point? Node clarification is there for you. Then go to number 2. Get about name it. Give description. Description, for example, this journal is published by UPSI. So you can get it on mock, UPSI mock. For example, put it there, because sometimes when you have a lot of data, you may not remember where did you get the information. Sometimes that's why they put all this function there for you. So collection. So maybe you have what to call it. You have some information. You get the point? That you want to put, or you want to write some grouping project items that store elsewhere in your project. So maybe you store something in your project, you want to show it. Also you can save it in what? In your collection. You get the point? It's related to your study as well. So queries. This query, this another one here, is going to allow you to to ask questions of your data. Then it's going to help you to get pattern. What I'm trying to say, after you have collected your data, you get the point? Now you want to do some kind of answering your questions in your study. You get the point? So all you want to get, you want to know what is going on your data. So it is very simple. Go to frequency, click on item selected folder, then click OK. Like this, you can see it here. It's going to show you like this, okay? Then you just put your description here. You got a point? So later on, if you run it, so you can get what frequency means, how frequency people mention something in your research. You get the point? Remember last time when I told you that some students they conduct a research, they compare between students in Tanjung Malim and students in KL. They want them to see their perception on IAM, for example. So on IAM, they want to see their perception, and they they want to see which terminology commonly used by the children in Tanjung Malim and by children in KL. For example, so let's say the people here is commonly used terminology here. So let's say this one, the people in Tanjung Malim, they use, let's say, IAM. And KL also, they use IAM. You get the point? So this one is going to show you or what terminology they use. I like I like Proton Saga. So how many times people mention that I like Proton Saga? You get the point? Is frequently use of it. So these are the thing. What frequency query resort to? So this one also is going to show you the result of your data being collected. Okay, this is another one of showing your analysis, what frequency query result. Number 3, you can check all these things. So it's going to show you how your analysis look like, as well as, for example, let's say you want to see the chart here. You can see the frequency analysis here. This section simply is telling you about quantifying the qualitative data. You get the point? Yes, they answer it qualitatively, but here it can show you quantitatively. You get the point? With this chart. You get the point? And you can see other things inside that is going to be useful for you to in your study if you run it. You get the point? So this is let me stop here for my demonstration. Okay, this one you can see here also. You can take picture of this. Let's say you want to transcribe your video. You get the point? The information here, you want to transcribe it. Also, you can go to media. You can go to media here. Go to media, click on the media here, click on the editing image, maybe pictures, get a point, maybe video, diagram, get a point. So it's going to look like this. Get a point? Like this video, you want this one to play from let's say what you want to do analysis, you want to do, okay, 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes here, they will play it. This one is going to help you specifically. Let's say you want to go for defense, and someone say that it's better for him to die rather than to be alive. Then they ask you, who say like this? And you say, participant number 5 express in this way. Get the point? He told me like that. They may tell you, okay, kindly can you show us the video? You want to see the video itself. When did he say like that? And what are the situations surrounded that statement? They want to see the appearance of someone. Maybe he said smile. For me, it's better for me to die rather than stay alive. Or he said that one in action, it's better for me to die than stay alive, or than remain alive. This is rubbish. They want to see the action. They want to see the situation. They want to see the circumstances surrounding the person. It was like you can put that one in your description of your data analysis. By the time you analyze your data, you analyze your code, you can tell your reader, look, the guy is very serious. He franked his face. By the time he wants to say that, he say, oh, it's better for me to die. What is better of life by then? No, I can't use it myself. That is nonsense. So the action, that is beauty of qualitative data. The action of your interviewee, okay, provide you more input to your analysis. It's going to ginger your analysis. They may ask you to show that one in your Viva. Also, they may ask you to take that picture, image in that video, cut it, put it, and print it with the collage in one section of your data analysis. Okay, the Nvivo can help you to do this. You get the point? So generally, the Nvivo will help you to analyze your data, to import the image, to let's say you have extra information you have, it's going to help you to do that. So let me stop here for Madam Charlie to join this workshop for the practical aspect of it. Are you around then? I saw you before when I was presenting. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, I am, sir.
So let me stop presenting, then you can continue.
Okay, sir.
Madam Shali Binti Sharif. So she is one of good example of my classroom. As I told you here today, you are lucky because last time I just present this manual without practical aspect. Okay, there's okay, why not I call all of my students? Actually, for another 2 students that I've discussed with to come on board to demonstrate their skill. So they enter to this classroom empty in Nvivo, and today they can proud of I can proud of them. You get the point? If it's the last semester, I call one of my students also to present on this. So I want you to be like this. So it is very easy, especially once you have this manual, you can find it easy for you with this practical aspect. So without further delay, because she's having another class, I just ask her to come and demonstrate a skill to you here. So Madam Shali, please carry on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, very good afternoon to everyone. I will explain to you both in English and Bahasa Melayu, yeah. So if there's anything that you don't understand, you can always stop me and ask, yeah. Okay. This is what I've done previously for my for Dr. Yusuf class during my first semester. And I use Nvivo 10 as what Doctor has also shown to you. Sama, Dr. Usa gunakan Nvivo 10 dan saya juga gunakan Nvivo 10. Nvivo yang terkini adalah Nvivo 12. Masih sama, cuma dia punya perkataan contohnya macam notes digunakan quotes dan ada beberapa lagi features baru yang Nvivo telah kenalkan. Tetapi untuk kelas untuk lebih sesuai dengan kelas yang Dr. Yusuf telah sedang jalankan, maka saya gunakan Nvivo 12. Apa yang saya telah buat untuk saya punya kelas kuantitatif dan juga untuk kualitatif dan juga untuk saya punya final my thesis writing adalah saya gunakan Nvivo 10 untuk data analisis. Okey, yang pertama sekali cikgu-cikgu semua perlulah download Nvivo ataupun perisian Nvivo ini kepada laptop cikgu-cikgu sekalian. Yang pertamanya cikgu boleh dapatkan secara langsung atau beli atas talian Nvivo ataupun daripada Nvivo sendiri ataupun juga cikgu boleh dapati daripada Shopee. Tapi Shopee kebanyakannya adalah crank ya. Jadi as long as you boleh guna, kedua-duanya boleh digunakan sebab Nvivo yang dibeli atas talian ataupun dibeli daripada perisian Nvivo sendiri agak mahal, sama seperti SPSS. Okey, apabila cikgu buka Nvivo, ini adalah page pertama yang cikgu akan lihat. Ya, jadi apa yang cikgu perlu lakukan adalah cikgu klik kepada new project sebabnya ini adalah projek baru yang cikgu belum laksanakan lagi penelitiannya. Ya, sekiranya cikgu dah ada penelitian sebelumnya, dia akan keluar seperti begini di bawah ni. Recent projects, as you can see, ada beberapa topik ataupun yang telah saya lakukan, maka dia akan ada title tersebut ataupun topik-topik tersebut di bawah dan cikgu boleh sentiasa refer research ataupun analisis yang telah cikgu lakukan sebelumnya ya. Okey, untuk demonstrasi ini saya terangkan bagaimana
hello Puan,
yes sir.
Yeah, somebody is raising hand.
Yeah, sorry, can you speak English?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know that it was an international student. Okay, I'll re-explain again everything in English, all right? Okay, first and foremost, you have to download the what do you call this, the Nvivo application. Yeah, either you can get it through the Nvivo system itself, or you can get it through Shopee. I mean, you can also get it in your country. Yeah, Miss. What you do is that once you have downloaded, it doesn't matter what type of Nvivo you have. You can have, the most it's easier for you to use because I'm using it, and what doctor has also used it is Nvivo 10. So what you do is the moment you open Nvivo, once you download it and once it's open, you will see this page. Okay, so once this is the welcoming page, this is what we call a welcoming page. And then for those who have done Nvivo or have used Nvivo previously, all your analysis will be down here. So you can always refer back to your analysis just in case you have other data that you want to put in. You can always click to the research that you have named, and then after that you can include other data or other research that you have done. You can always do that. Yeah. Okay. So for this particular explanation, for this particular demonstration, this is what I'm going to do. So what you do is every time you want to start a new topic or a new research, what you do is you click on a new project. Okay, so you come up with information box this way. Yeah, what you do is when you see the box title here, what you do is you write your title. So let's say your title, I just give an example, qualitative. Let's say this is my I'm just giving you an example. It's up to you what is your research title is. Once you have done that, then you just click as in this is for the folder name. Yeah, and then you can describe as well what you want to describe. If like for example this particular research is on interaction, so you just write interaction. Interaction, and then you can actually save this, and automatically it will be saved among these folders that you have on Nvivo. Yeah, okay, so you just click OK. All right, it will bring you to this particular page. Okay, so once you have done, when you go into this particular page, what you do is you need to export all your files, all your interviews. Yeah, so please make sure that you have transcribed your interviews. This is for your own easy doing. Yeah, so please transcribe everything that you are doing to Nvivo. If you want Nvivo to transcribe it for you, can, but it's a bit more difficult in that sense. So like myself, I've transcribed it in the beginning, in advance, then it's easier for me to actually analyze it on my Nvivo. Okay, so as you can see, there are two.
Hello, Panshali,
yes?
Just a minute. Okay, what
yes,
he's trying to tell
yes,
you
doctor.
is that if you want Nvivo to transcribe your data for you automatically, Nvivo can do that one for you, but sometimes there are some technical mistakes. Maybe your pronunciation, the system does not recognize that. You get the point? So earlier you can still use it, but don't use it. You need to check it very well. Check it very well, make it correct one, make it perfect before you do that one. You get the point? So or else you do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You get the point? So that's what he's trying to tell you. Okay, thank you, madam. Continue.
Thank you, doctor. Okay, as you can see here under sources, you have internals, you have externals, you have memos, and framework matrices. Okay, what it means by externals is that file that you have on your external drive. Let's, for example, under your documents, under your downloads, those type of external documents. And once it's already located into your Nvivo, it'll become an internals file. Okay, I'll show you. So for example, you click on external first because you have not transported your what do you call this, your files into Nvivo yet. So therefore, what you do is you go to externals. Can you see file here? And can you see the icon go? You click on it. Sorry, here, not file, external data, sorry. Okay. So external. All right, let me just go back to documents. All right, now you can import all the files that you need from your what do you call this? From your documents or from your desktop. Okay, let's see here. I'm showing you under documents. So I'm going to go for all the interviews. Okay, you can choose. Okay, can you see here interview 1? what you do is you click on interview, open, and okay. So if you have 4 interviews, or if you have 5 interviews, everything here, you can name your what do you call this, your documents. It's up to you. Like myself, I put it as interview 1, and you can have description. You can tell it's between you and your first interviewee. Let's say my name is Shirley, and my interviewee is let's say the student's name is Hazim. So I put my student's name here, Shirley and Hazim. So this is for you to understand. Interview 1 is between who and who. So it's much easier for you to actually analyze. Oh, interview 1 is between me, this particular student, and these are the things that we talk about, or these are the things that I have managed to transcribe during the interview. Okay, so once you have done that, you just click OK. Okay, so you can do that as many times as you want, as how many files you have, yeah? So browse again, go to the interviews that you have. So I have 4 interviews. Okay. Same, you can again have your description. Okay, interview 3, and again, you can do the description. Okay, so now what you do is you can see all the files that you have transported from your desktop or your laptop to Nvivo. You click internals, all the interviews will be there, will be on your Nvivo now. Now you can start analyzing. So before you start analyzing, you have to go to your notes, because you have to start producing what type of notes, or what type of, what is your focus of your study. Let's say once you have done this, you leave it first, so you go to notes. So if you're a new one, what you have, you will have quotes instead of notes, okay? So
please,
what you do is
can you give me just a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Now, Madam Shali mentioned what's called the focus of your study. Do you remember last time we have 20 questions, 4 major questions and 16 sub-questions. And I ask you to, by the time you ask the question, I ask you to highlight key words. For example, what are the contribution of grandparents toward grandchildren cognitive development? So the key words here, the focus of study is what? Cognitive development. That is what she mean by coach. So now she want to work on that one for you right now. Okay, thank you. Continue.
All right. Now, once you have your what is your focus of your study, you can start developing your notes. So click on notes, click on create. Okay, create, and then can you see here note? Click on it. Okay, now you can actually start creating your focus. Let's say the one that all the interviews that I have downloaded is talking about students' interaction during the pandemic, because they are studying online. So one of the things that I want to focus on is on interaction. So you type on interaction. Then what's the description? So you have to mention if you in your interview questions, there's interaction between you and your students, lecturer and students. So you write down lecturer and students. as one of the description. So this is interaction. You can have interaction 1, you can name it as interaction 1, and then after that interaction 2, interaction T, if you have a few types of interaction. Or you can also do it as a whole, interaction, lecturer and students. Oh, sorry. That's it's already created for you. As you can see, interaction is already created for you as one of the notes. You can also create like student and students. So under one folder, under the interaction folder, you have 2 types of interaction, whereby lecturers and students, students and students. Okay, so you can also do that in such a way, or as I mentioned just now, you can also have interaction 1 and interaction 2, and you can do that on Nvivo, right? So let's create another node, notes. So another notes is that I want to talk about frequency. So how often do they talk? Yeah, the same. You can put there as in lecturer and student. You can also put down here as in student and student. How many? It's up to you, because again, you can also have a nickname for this. Like for example, this one is your students. The name of your students is Hisham, so you can put nickname there as Hisham. Okay, or how many students that you actually take the information from. You can also have that, or you can also have a nickname for this particular frequency. You can also do that. Yeah, and to differentiate each of the nodes, you can also put color coding. Like for example, the first one I have put it as the original color. You can also put it green. This is to differentiate between the nodes that you have created. So you just click OK. Right? Can you see at the corner you have green? So this will make it easier for you when you want to analyze later. Right? So now interaction, frequency, and you can have another. As I mentioned just now, you can have many nodes as you want. Again, it depends on the interview questions that you have formulated. Okay, and your objective. And the next one. Interaction, frequency, feedback. Okay, so feedback. So again, this is the third one, because I focus only 3, which is interaction and frequency and feedback. So this is my main focus and my main objective for my research. Right. So again, I can describe feedback between students and feedback between lecturers and students. Okay. So this description, it depends on you. Right. So again, you can.
I think someone is raising hand. Somebody is say sorry for my interruption. Sure. Is that?
Yes. Please. Yes.
Somebody says sorry for my interruption. Who is that? What do you want to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see anything that you are writing.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah, I just can see the Nvivo windows with the notes that you created after you're writing the.
I'm not very sure why is that, because I'm sharing my screen.
Kak?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I think the pop-up tab is not appearing. But the thing, once you finish writing, it's appearing.
Yes, I see. So I think so. All right. So how do I want to?
Maybe you can move your mouse slowly. You point on what you are doing right now. Just point on it slowly like this for them to see.
Okay.
Just move around like this. Like that. So they can see the mouse clearly.
Okay. So are you clear on how I actually created the notes just now?
Maybe you can recreate one. Just create one more again. That's all. You delete it, then you create it. Just create it. Don't worry. Just create it.
All right. Okay. So what you do is, can you see it's still under notes? Yeah, it's still under file, under notes.
Can you move your mouse slowly like this? Can you move your mouse slowly like this to see where are you working? Okay.
Yeah, yes, I'm on notes. Yeah. Okay. Notes. So I'm on notes. All right. So click on notes. Okay. Double click. Then you go to create. Here, the folder create here. Okay, you click. Can you see this symbol here? Can you see the symbol note?
Can you just move your mouse
Nothing.
around that symbol?
Yeah, this one. Can you see?
The
No.
This one.
No.
didn't appear.
No, nothing.
Oh, it doesn't appear. Why it doesn't appear, yeah?
Maybe
Let me
you
see,
can share whole screen.
Maybe akak share Windows
Full
saja.
screen, full screen.
Full screen, hold on, yeah. Let me just go back to this one and I'll show you whole screen. Right. Hold on. I just stop presenting first, then I'll try to go in. Okay, I'll go to entire screen and I'll try to show again Nvivo. Okay. Right. Can you see? Hold on. It's supposed to be. Hold on. Can you see?
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, now can you see all the things that I have created?
Yes.
Okay, so let me again, I'll explain to you on how I want to create notes, okay? Can you see the cursor on notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so click on notes, click on create. Can you see create?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. Once you open create, can you see note?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
Click on note. Click on note. It will come out this
Okay.
instruction bar. Instruction. Okay. So please, you know your focus. So what is your focus? For example, if your focus just now, as I mentioned, my focus was on interaction. So I type interaction. Okay. So that will be the note's name. Okay. Now the description. Sorry, let me just correct this. Okay. Now, the description here is for you to describe what is this interaction all about. Whether it's interaction between your students and students, whether it's the interaction between lecturer and students. You can actually type it here. This is to make it easier for you to analyze, right? So, interaction, lecturer-student. And you can also have the second part as student and student. But my advice is for you to make it much easier for you to name this as interaction 1. So interaction 1, you split it into 2 types of interaction. So interaction 1 is lecturer and student. So to make it easier for you to identify based on color coding, yeah. So what you can do, you can color it red as interaction 1. So you know when you want to refer to interaction 1, which is between lecturer and student, the color code will be red, right? So red, click OK. Can you see? You have interaction 1. Okay, sources are the one from your interviews, yeah? The sources will be from internal currently because all the interviews I've already downloaded to Nvivo. So later, once I start analyzing the interviews, you can see that this has changed. This will change to sources internal. Sources internal. I'll show you, right? And references, like for example, interaction. How many references have I taken to actually analyze it? Okay, to analyze the what do you call this? The frequency of from all of my interviews. All right, so let's go and analyze. Okay, so here are all the interviews, right? So you click on your interview. Can you see the bottom part?
Yes, Kak.
Okay.
Can see.
Yes.
Right. Okay, these are all the interviews transcript that you have uploaded just now. Okay, so once you have uploaded, once you click on the interview file, it will appear at the bottom as what do you call this on the screen. So this is when you can start analyzing your data. Okay, now click edit. Make sure that you click edit. If not, all this button up here or all this function up here will not be able to. You will not be able to use. So always click edit. Okay. Now, once you have done this, what you do is you need to like me. I've already done a little bit of a description here. Like interview 1 is between me as the first speaker and the respondents are the other speaker. How to differentiate between speaker 1 and speaker 2? What you do is you highlighted it. Speaker 1, you go to home. Can you see the button normal here? Okay, Nvivo will always remind you after 15 minutes to save your work. Yeah, so click yes. Okay, and automatically is saved. All right, so to differentiate between the first speaker or the interviewee, between the interviewer and the interviewee, my suggestion is that you always highlight the interviewer into bold. So you open file, you click file, you go to normal. This is the settings, yeah. Go to heading ones. Okay, so you can do for all of it. So speaker 1 again, highlighted it. Go to home, normal, click headings. Okay, so you can do this for all your interview. All right. Okay, now we're going to analyze. Any question? So far clear?
Sorry, Kak.
Yeah.
I have a question. May I know
Yeah.
how you transcribe the interviews? Did you use Microsoft Word to save first and then to export to here, or just type it here?
You have to use Microsoft Word first, transcribe it first. First and foremost, what I did was I transcribed it using Google Translate because my interview were in. So I used Google Translate, and it is actually transcribed for me, but it wasn't very good. Again, you have to check. So it's similar to Nvivo. If you have an interview and you want Nvivo to transcribe, like what Doctor has mentioned, certain words they will not capture well. So you have to take a look at your video, the one that you have captured, or the interview session that you have captured, with your field notes plus the transcribed data, or the transcription of the interview to tally it that this is actually what the interviewer was saying, and this is what Google Translate has translated for you. So you can always correct it before you upload it to Nvivo.
Okay. So we can use we just use the Microsoft Word file to just upload here. Okay. Thank you so much, Kak.
Okay. So once you have opened the first interview, you can also click. Then the second interview will appear. You can do the same thing. So interview 2. If this is the interviewer, highlighted it. Go to home. Sorry, I forgot again. So always remember to click edit. Yeah. Go to home. Go to normal. Go to headings. Okay, then you can see speaker 1 is the interviewer, and speaker 2 will be the interviewee. So this is to differentiate it for you, which will make it much easier for you when you want to do data analyzing. Okay, all right. So we go back to notes. So now what I do is, for example, interaction. I open interaction. Then this is interview 1. Can you see that the interaction is here? It's already on the analyzing box at the bottom, yeah? And at the corner, you can see summary and reference. I will explain to you what is summary and reference later on, all right? So what you do is, for interaction, you click on interview. So the interview will come out, yeah? So now you are analyzing under interaction. So what you do, let's say, this is a part of interaction. So you highlighted it. Sorry. You highlighted it. You go to analyze. You go to existing notes. Okay. So you click on interaction. Okay. And just say, okay. Can you see? The source you already have. The source will be on interview 1. And then reference already 1. Okay. So you can repeat this as many as you want, right? So interview 2, again, I go to interaction. Okay, so let's say this is about interaction. Let's say this is about interaction. So I go to just now interaction, analyze existing nodes under interaction. Okay, okay. So you can see sources 2. That means from the 2 interviews, reference already 2. So you can repeat this for all the focus that you have for your interviews. Okay. Now, once you go to interaction, okay, these are the reference. Okay. Can you see at the corner here, summary, references, and text? Right. So when you click on summary, it will appear that you have from the folder. Where do you get this information from? It's from the internal folders, and it's from interview 1 and interview 2. This is what the summary gives you. Coverage 100%. All right. So when you go to reference, they will show you where you get the information from. Okay, these are the reference. Text, these are the information that you get it from. Okay, these are how you do it. Okay, and then Nvivo is a smart tool whereby if you forgot, let's say once you go to summary and you have forgotten where is it come from, because it's just mentioned to you internals and internals. So what Nvivo teach you or will help you is that when you click text, it will actually shows you which one, this one comes from which interview. This one comes, the second one is come from which interview. This is how you actually can Nvivo can help you to sort of give you a focus and not for you to lose track. Okay, so once that is done, the summary, this one, you left click. Can you see you can export note? Okay, what you do is just click on export note. Okay, this is a summary. So you can browse where you want to keep this particular information, because this is important for you later once you want to do chapter 4 and chapter 5. Yeah, once you want to do your analysis. So you can browse. You can also it is safe in the sense of it is safe in the form of Excel. So what you do is as you can see, I already have some of the previous one which I have done. So you just click save. So this one later you can transport this information to your analysis in chapter 4. Just save. Then it's already on your desktop folder. Yes, okay. All right. Any question?
Any question? Okay, continue, madam. I think there's no question.
Okay, so once if you want to do what do you call this? If you want to have like what data what doctor has mentioned just now, you can also have you can have charts. You can convert your information into charts. So what you do is you have code just now and just next. Okay. Coding, sources, and notes. So for notes, you click on notes and you put next. Next. Okay, finish. Oh, sorry, they want an attribute. Give me a minute. Okay, right. Hold on, give me a minute. Let me see. Okay. Okay, right. Keep on saying select attributes. Sending attributes. Finished. Right. I think sorry, this one, let's say frequency. We have done interaction just now, right? Okay. Okay, I'm not very sure why it's not coming up. Previously, I just use, I mean, you can use this if you want, but the previous one, when I've done my, what do you call this, analysis, and to use it for my chapter 4, I just use the percentage, because to me, it was much clearer in that sense. But you can, again, as I mentioned just now, use the other layout, like the graph, if you want to, like what Doctor has explained to you. I think that's about it for me. If you have any, if you're not clear on how to create this, again, you can always ask me, then I will explain to you again. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Shali. So you have done a wonderful job. So please
Thank you,
let
Doctor.
us clap for her.
Thank you.
Show yourself,
I
show
hope.
your image, please. Show your image, show image. Image of appreciation.
Thank you.
Okay, good,
I,
good,
I
good,
hope
good,
you
good.
understand. I hope you understand.
Okay, that's good. That's fantastic. So what is important is that I will share this video with you. Okay. Also, you can go to YouTube. You can download as much as possible video for you to enhance your understanding on how to use Nvivo. So then see you in my class next week. You have to create your group, your members, okay, to discuss this. There's no alternative. You have to master it. You can see it carries percentage, you get the point? And this is one unique information you can get out of this classroom. Please do it for your own sake, for your own benefit. Okay, so that's all what I can say today, and thank you very much. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi